Now I am referring to clouds. Cloud is nothing but water droplets formed at a very high height. तो high height पे क्यों मिलता है? तो आपको एक चीज समझना पड़ेगा. One is your adiabatic cooling. So as the volume of air rises, as it rises along the atmosphere, as the packet of air rises along the atmosphere, it expands. As it expands, it cools. So clouds, they are formed at a very high height. और cloud में एक बहुत important process होता है, that is your adiabatic cooling. So imagine a warm air, okay, rising through the atmosphere. As it rises through the atmosphere, it expands. As the air expands, it cools. The water vapor, minute water vapor that are present in the air. As the air is going up, it is cooling. The minute water vapor, can it be converted to water droplets? Can these water droplets combine together, aggregate बना के cloud बनाते हैं? तो cloud क्या होता है? Cloud is nothing but an aggregate mixture of these water droplets and ice particles. What is a cloud? Cloud is aggregate mixture of the water droplets and the ice particles, or both. How are clouds formed? Because of the adiabatic cooling. Okay. So that is what? Nothing but condensation taking place at a higher height. So what are the other form of condensation that you can write? Condensation above the ground surface. Condensation above the ground surface. Condensation above the ground surface at a higher height. At a higher height. This is your cloud. What is cloud? It is an aggregate mixture of minute water droplets, ice particles, or both. Aggregate mixture of minute water droplets, ice particles, or both in air above the ground surface. Above the ground surface. They are formed because of the condensation. Because of the condensation of the water vapor into water droplets. They are formed because of the condensation of the water vapor into water droplets due to adiabatic cooling of air. ठीक है, दो तरीके से कूलिंग होती है. एक कूलिंग को बोलते हैं डायाबैटिक कूलिंग, राइट. दूसरी कूलिंग को बोलते हैं एडियाबैटिक कूलिंग. डायाबैटिक कूलिंग में वॉल्यूम चेंज नहीं होता है. हवा ठंडी जगह पे गई, ठंडी हो गई. और एडियाबैटिक कूलिंग में वॉल्यूम चेंज होता है. एयर उठी, एयर का वॉल्यूम चेंज हुआ, एयर का वॉल्यूम एक्सपैंड हुआ और एयर कूल हुई. दैट इज एडियाबैटिक कूलिंग. सो देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ कूलिंग. वन इज डायाबैटिक एंड द अदर इज एडियाबैटिक. नाउ does all condensation leads to precipitation? क्या सारा कंडेंसेशन प्रेसिपिटेशन में आएगा, बदलेगा? प्रेसिपिटेशन यानी क्या? व्हाट इज प्रेसिपिटेशन? प्रेसिपिटेशन मींस falling of the moisture from the air, from the higher atmosphere on the ground. So when एक कहता है, understand, we are dealing with what? I am dealing with a condensation. Condensation is what? Wherein the water vapor is converted to water droplet. Unless and until this water droplet falls on the ground, there is no precipitation. So जब ये water droplet ground पे गिरेगा, तब उसको हम बोलते हैं precipitation. बारिश, snow, we have hail, you have sleet. ठीक है. So one is water vapor is converting to water droplet. This water droplet, when suspended in the air, can form what? Fog, mist, right? Clouds. So not all the condensation leads to precipitation. When does precipitation occur? Precipitation, what is precipitation? It means the falling of the water droplets or the ice particles. When the air is unable to hold them. when the air is unable to hold them. इतने सारे water droplets combine हो गए that the air cannot hold them and they will fall down. So when the air cannot hold those water droplets, they are so big, they will fall down. That will lead to precipitation. But not all the condensation will lead to precipitation. Suspended water droplet is not leading to falling down. That is not leading to the precipitation. Okay, so this is an important thing that you should know, that not all the condensation leads to precipitation. Not all the condensation leads to precipitation. What is precipitation? It is a falling down of the water droplet or ice particles when the air is unable to hold them. Right? So this is your, not all the condensation leads to precipitation. I'm dealing with clouds. Because I'm dealing with clouds, let me deal with the types of clouds here. How many of you have read the types of clouds in your NCERT? There are 10 types of clouds. So please write types of clouds. Types of clouds. There are 10 major types of clouds. There are majorly 10 types of clouds. And how do we classify? You might have heard about this. You might have seen this. Yes, this one. So we have Cirrus Clouds. We have Cirrocumulus Clouds. You have Altocumulus Clouds, Stratocumulus Clouds, Stratus Clouds, Nimbostratus Cloud, your Cumulonimbus Clouds, and the Cumulus Clouds. This is how each of them look. Okay. Now, so if I look at the types of clouds, now there are 10 types of clouds. How do you learn them? How do you learn them? You can learn them by 2-3 methods. One is know what is the height of the cloud. Okay, कहाँ मिलता है? सबसे ऊपर, at a very high altitude, you have a cirrus clouds. So cirrus clouds, they are found at a very high altitude. The cirrus, cirrocumulus. Okay, middle level clouds, they are alto. Alto is the middle level cloud. Altostratus. Okay. Then you have a cloud which always will bring rainfall. That is called as nimbus. So nimbus means rainfall. So Nimbostratus will lead to rainfall. A cumulonimbus also leads to rainfall. So if I look at the type of clouds, I can learn them by knowing what is the height of the cloud. So cirrus clouds, if I say one is the cirrus clouds. The cirrus clouds, they are found at a very high altitude. When I say very high altitude, I mean polar areas mein, they are found around 3 kilometers to let's say 8 kilometers. In the tropics, they are seen from 5 kilometers to 15 kilometers. This is the cirrus clouds at a very high height. So cirrus clouds, one. Now this cirrus cloud, I can understand one as the cirrus cloud. The other is the Cirrostratus cloud. And the other is the Cirrocumulus clouds. अब ये stratus और cumulus क्या है? What is the stratus and cumulus? Stratus means strata, means sheet. Okay, so ये cirro clouds which are found at a high altitude in the form of thin sheets. In the form of the thin sheets is called as the Cirrostratus clouds. तो वो clouds जो एकदम thin sheets में मिले और सबसे high height में मिले, that is called as Cirrostratus cloud. What is Cirrocumulus clouds? So this was 1, 2 and 3. Cumulus. Cumulus का मतलब होता है like a wool. Wool के जैसे. Globular mass. Like wavy form. So rather than thin sheets, they form in a wavy type of pattern. Like a globular mass, like a pack of wool. That is called as your cumulus. Cumulus का मतलब English में ये होता है. Cumulus मतलब globular. Globular मतलब ये wavy form. तो जो भी किताब पढ़ोगे उसमें ये होगा wavy cloud है, globular cloud है, pack of wool के जैसा होता है. That is your Stratocumulus. So what is Stratocumulus? High altitude cloud. They are high altitude cloud. They are tightly packed. They are a globular in shape. They are globular in shape. So cirrostratus and cirrocumulus. ये जो cirrostratus है, which is high altitude plus thin sheets. High altitude पे मिल रहा है, thin sheets पे मिल रहा है. Sheet इतनी पतली है. The sheet is so thin that the sun and moon can be visible. Sun and moon is visible, and they form halo around the sun. Halo around the sun and moon. If you don't understand what is halo, this is what is halo. So जो आपका blessed का emoji आता है आजकल, the blessed emoji you get in WhatsApp, हाँ उसके ऊपर सर के ऊपर रहता है. So this is 3 types of clouds. One is the cirrus clouds, cirrostratus clouds, and cirrocumulus clouds. 3 types of clouds. Cirrus at a high altitude. And when you apply different shapes to cirrus, you can apply cirrostratus, cirrocumulus. 3 types of clouds. Now, then we have the, if you want to look at the images here, you can see this. This is the cirrus clouds. Okay, the cirrus cloud. This is your cirrocumulus clouds. They are tightly packed like wool. Now, the second one, which is found at a medium altitude, is the altocumulus. So, I'm moving on. This was the 3 types of cloud. Moving on to the 4th one. The 4th one is the altocumulus and altostratus. Altocumulus and the altostratus. Alto का मतलब होता है medium height पे जो मिलता है. So altostratus and altocumulus. At a relatively low altitude, found at a relatively low altitude than the cirrus. ठीक है. It is blue and grey in color. Blue to grey in color. So one that is found at a very high altitude, cirrus, it is milky white. Cirrus is always milky white. ऊपर है ice रहता है. So it is milky white. Whereas this is blue to grey in color. The altocumulus. It gives a drizzle. It yields a drizzle. Drizzle plus light rainfall. तो इसमें आपका light rainfall होता है और drizzle होता है. What is the difference between rain and drizzle? Drizzle is continuous rainfall. Small particles, small raindrops, not very big raindrops. Small raindrops continuously falling. That is called as drizzle. तो बहुत ज्यादा बारिश, जब बहुत ज्यादा बड़े ड्रॉप्स होते हैं, उसको हम रेन कहते हैं. जब छोटे रेन ड्रॉप्स होते हैं जो कंटिन्यूसली गिरते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ड्रिजल. ओके, yes. What is altocumulus? Again, the altocumulus, it is formed at a relatively low altitude, and it is like a pack of wool, tightly packed. So it is your altocumulus, the pack of wool. This is a medium level cloud. Now, these are the five that we have done. We've understood what is cirrus, what is cirrostratus, what is cirrocumulus. Then we understood altostratus and altocumulus. अब इसके बाद जो 2 major types of clouds हैं, one is your Nimbostratus. So a Nimbostratus. What happens in Nimbostratus? How do you remember Nimbostratus? You remember Nimbostratus by remembering your drawing that you draw in 3rd class. तो उसमें जब आप क्लाउड बना रहे थे अपनी ड्राइंग में, जिससे आप ऐसे बारिश दिखा रहे थे, while you were in 3rd class, that cloud was your Nimbostratus cloud. Okay, so what is the Nimbostratus cloud? It is a dark blue cloud. ठीक है, remember your drawing. Dark blue cloud. It will lead to rainfall. आपने कभी thunder lightning उसमें बनाई नहीं, so that will not lead to thunder and lightning. So what is a Nimbostratus cloud? It is a dark blue cloud. It will always yield rainfall and it will not lead to thunder and lightning. वहाँ पे thunder और lightning नहीं होती है. So this is also called as rain cloud. Nimbostratus is also called as rain cloud. So please write about Nimbostratus. This is a low cloud of dark color. It is a low cloud of the dark color. very close to close to the ground surface. It is very close to ground surface. So it is a low level cloud of dark color, very close to the ground surface. Nimbus means rainstorm. It means rainstorm. It is so close to the ground that there is complete darkness. There is a complete darkness. So nimbus means a rainstorm. It yields high rainfall. It yields high rainfall. It yields high rainfall, but it is not accompanied. It is not accompanied by thunder and lightning. It is not accompanied by thunder and lightning. Now, in your UPSC prelims examination, I don't know how many of you have seen your previous year question. There was a question कि lightning क्यों होती है in your clouds, from your clouds, why there is lightning. ठीक है? Okay. Now, this is your Nimbostratus clouds. What have I covered so far? I have covered Cirrus Clouds, Cumulus Clouds, Stratus Clouds, Cumulus Cloud, Stratus Clouds. Then your Nimbostratus Clouds. I will deal with two more clouds. That is your Cumulonimbus and Cumulus Cloud. So other 7th and 8th you can write. One is I will be dealing with the Cumulus Cloud. Cumulus Clouds, and the other is your Cumulonimbus Clouds. Cumulonimbus Clouds. So Cumulus Clouds and the Cumulonimbus Clouds. ये दोनों टाइप के क्लाउड्स जो होते हैं, Cumulus Clouds and the Cumulonimbus Clouds, they have great vertical height. इनका vertical height is too good. Okay, it appears like there is a tower. There is an entire tower that is there. Okay, दोनों में difference क्या है? Cumulus Clouds gives fair weather. There are dry conditions. It will not yield rainfall. But Cumulonimbus Clouds will lead to very high rainfall, very heavy rainfall. And in Cumulonimbus Clouds, you have thunderstorm. We have lightning also, right? So here, it's like a dome-shaped cloud, shaped cloud with a flat base, base. It is a dome-shaped cloud with a flat base. It is very dense. Dense, and it indicates fair weather. It indicates a fair weather. That is, there is no rainfall. Fair weather. This is your Cumulus Clouds. It leads fair weather. And what about your Cumulonimbus Cloud? It has very high height. It has a great height, great vertical extent. इसका vertical extent बहुत बड़ा होता है. It yields heavy rainfall, accompanied with thunderstorm, lightning, and hailstone. It has a great vertical extent. It leads to heavy rainfall, accompanied with thunderstorm, lightning, hailstone. It assumes the shape of an anvil. It assumes a shape of an anvil. We will look at these two clouds. ANVIL. It assumes the shape of an anvil. ठीक है? It is also called as thunderstorm cloud. So this is a fair weather cloud, a dome-shaped cloud, very dense cloud, whereas that is a cloud with a great vertical extent, yields heavy rainfall, thunderstorm, precipitation, lightning, etc. Look at this. Look at this image. Can you see this cloud? This great vertical extent of the cloud. That is your Cumulonimbus Cloud. Itna bada cloud. From nearly 3 kilometers to as high as 12 kilometers. That is your Cumulonimbus Cloud. And here you can see the Nimbostratus Clouds. You have this Cumulus Clouds. From Cumulus Cloud, there is no rainfall. Cumulus Clouds is a fair weather. But Nimbostratus is giving rainfall. Your Cumulonimbus is giving rainfall. Nimbus का मतलब होता है rain. Rain, a storm bearing clouds. Here we have the cirrus cloud, cirrocumulus, altocumulus, etc.